For centuries, humans have looked to the stars and imagined we are not alone. We've sent probes into space, launched radio messages, and built powerful telescopes, all searching for signs of intelligent life beyond Earth. But what if we never find anyone? What if humanity is truly the only intelligent species that has ever existed across the entire universe? This idea may seem impossible, but it raises profound questions about our place in existence. If we are alone, then every thought, every discovery, every moment of human history has played out in complete isolation. In this video, we'll explore what would happen if we accepted that truth, and how it could change science, philosophy, and the way we see ourselves forever. One of the most puzzling questions in modern science is the Fermi paradox. Where is everybody? Given the vastness of the universe, billions of galaxies, each with billions of stars, it seems statistically likely that other intelligent civilizations should exist. Yet, we've found no evidence of alien technology, signals, or spacecraft. Some scientists believe the reason is simple: intelligence might be extremely rare, or even unique to us. If true, this would mean that despite all the planets and stars, no one else has evolved to ask the same questions we do. It would make humanity not just special, but possibly the only known form of conscious life in all of existence. The rare Earth hypothesis suggests that while microbial life may be common in the universe, complex and intelligent life is extraordinarily rare, or even unique to Earth. Our planet has a perfect combination of conditions: stable climate, a large moon stabilizing our axis, plate tectonics recycling the surface, and liquid water. These factors may be essential for advanced evolution. Even more importantly, the chain of events leading to intelligent life on Earth, from single-celled organisms to tool use and civilization, may not repeat easily. If this is true, then humanity isn't just one of many intelligent species. We may be the only one who ever made it this far. If we discovered that we are truly alone in the universe, the psychological effects would be immense. For some, it would bring a sense of awe and responsibility. We'd realize that everything we know, love, and fear exists only here. For others, it could lead to despair, making life feel meaningless without anyone else to share it with. Would people lose hope, knowing there's no greater cosmic community to join? Or would they gain purpose, seeing humanity as the sole voice in an otherwise silent void? Either way, the knowledge that we are the only ones would reshape our emotions, beliefs, and understanding of what it means to exist. Acceptance is often the hardest part of any revelation. Even if scientific evidence suggested we were the only intelligent species, many would resist the idea. Denial, faith, and hope might keep people believing that aliens are still out there, hidden from view. Others might interpret this solitude as proof of divine design, placing us at the center of creation. Scientists could continue searching, convinced that we just haven't found the right method yet. But what if, after centuries of effort, the answer remained the same? How would we live with the knowledge that we are completely, utterly alone? If humanity is truly alone in the universe, many would turn to myth and religion for comfort. Throughout history, people have used stories to explain their place in the cosmos, describing gods, divine purpose, and cosmic order. If no other intelligent life exists, these beliefs might gain new strength. Some would see it as proof that humans were placed here for a reason. Others might interpret it as a warning that we are being tested, judged, or even isolated for our own protection. Religious texts might be re-examined for hidden truths, while new spiritual movements could emerge, offering meaning in the face of an empty universe. Science fiction has long been fueled by the idea that we are not alone. From Star Trek to Arrival, from Mass Effect to Doctor Who, the genre thrives on alien encounters, interstellar diplomacy, and cosmic war. But if humanity were the only intelligent species, science fiction would have to evolve, or die. Writers might shift focus to internal exploration, philosophical journeys, or alternate versions of Earth itself. Entire genres like space opera, alien invasion, and first contact would become obsolete. Films and books would no longer be about meeting others, but about understanding ourselves in a universe that offers no reflection. If we are the only intelligent species in the universe, then we carry a unique responsibility. We are not just stewards of our planet, but possibly the only conscious beings in all of existence. This realization could shift our ethical priorities. Protecting biodiversity, preventing extinction, and ensuring the survival of our species might become more urgent than ever. Some would argue that every human life is infinitely valuable, since no other consciousness may exist to replace us. Others might fear that if we destroy ourselves, the universe would fall into permanent silence. In this view, survival isn't just personal, it's cosmic. For many, the belief that we are not alone brings hope. It suggests that we are part of something greater, that someone else may understand our struggles and share in our dreams. But if we are truly alone, that hope could vanish. The universe would no longer feel like a home. It would feel like a prison of stars, filled with lifeless planets and silent galaxies. This could lead to widespread existential despair, especially among those who believed in alien intelligence as a promise of wisdom or guidance. The absence of others might not just change science, it might change how we see ourselves, our purpose, and whether anything we do truly matters. Without the possibility of alien contact, humanity might turn inward to find meaning. Philosophy, art, and spirituality would gain new importance, as people sought to understand why we are here, and what our purpose is in a universe that seems to contain only us. Some would argue that meaning must be created, not discovered. Others might see our solitude as a call to preserve life, protect knowledge, and ensure that the universe doesn't fall silent forever. In this view, our intelligence isn't just a trait, it's a responsibility, a fragile spark in an endless void that must be nurtured at all costs. Space exploration has always been driven by the hope of discovering life beyond Earth. If we confirm that we are the only intelligent species, would we still send missions into the stars? Or would space travel become just a scientific exercise with no greater goal? Some might argue that without the possibility of contact, space colonization would lose its urgency. Others might say that knowing we are alone makes it even more important to spread life across the universe, to ensure that consciousness survives beyond Earth. Either way, our approach to space travel would change forever. If humanity is the only intelligent species in the universe, then death takes on new meaning. There would be no other civilizations to carry on our knowledge, no future beings to inherit our wisdom. Every life lost would be a permanent silence. This could lead to a cultural shift, where people place even greater value on individual lives, memories, and experiences. Some might seek to preserve consciousness through technology, creating digital immortality to ensure that no thought is truly lost. Others might embrace the idea that we are the only ones who can understand death, and that makes us uniquely human. Knowing that we are the only intelligent species might either inspire or discourage scientific ambition. On one hand, it could motivate us to push the boundaries of knowledge, knowing that we are the only ones asking these questions. On the other, it could make science feel like a lonely, endless pursuit with no one else to share the discoveries. Funding for space missions, SETI, and astrobiology might decline if the search for extraterrestrial life was abandoned. Instead, research might shift toward understanding the mind, consciousness, and how intelligence arose in the first place. If humanity discovered it was truly alone, governments would face a major shift in priorities. Space agencies like NASA or ESA might lose funding as missions to find alien life are abandoned. Political leaders could use this revelation to promote global unity or exploit it for nationalistic agendas. Religious institutions may reinterpret their teachings, seeing solitude as proof of divine purpose or cosmic exile. Education systems might focus more on philosophy, psychology, and self-awareness than space science. International policies about AI, environmental protection, and digital preservation could also change, as societies grapple with being the only known intelligent species. Whether this leads to greater cooperation or fear depends on how we choose to react. Knowing we are the only intelligent species would deeply affect people's emotions. Some would feel awe, realizing that every human thought, emotion, and creation may be unique in all existence. Others might fall into despair, believing that without witnesses, nothing truly matters. Some could retreat from society, while others would fight harder to give life meaning. Mental health professionals might see an increase in cases related to nihilism or cosmic anxiety. At the same time, many would find strength in the idea that we are the only ones who can define what matters, and that makes us irreplaceable in the grand scheme of existence. For decades, SETI has searched the skies for signs of alien intelligence, but if we confirm that no one else exists, its mission would be called into question. Funding would likely disappear, and researchers would need to shift focus or leave the field entirely. The silence once seen as mysterious would suddenly feel final. For those who dedicated their lives to finding aliens, it could feel like losing a dream they never got to experience. The end of SETI wouldn't just mean the end of a scientific program, it would mark the end of hope itself. And yet, some scientists might keep searching, not out of expectation, but because the mystery remains too great to abandon. Art reflects the world we live in, and if we are the only intelligent species, culture would evolve dramatically. Literature might explore themes of cosmic loneliness, the fragility of consciousness, or the weight of being the only ones who think and feel. Music could become more introspective or even melancholic, echoing the vastness of space and the absence of other minds. Films and television would shift from depicting galactic civilizations to focusing on human depth, our emotions, relationships, and inner journeys. Entire genres like sci-fi may fade, replaced by new ones centered around self-discovery and the meaning of intelligence. In a silent universe, art becomes our greatest mirror. Even if we believe we're alone, proving it is another matter. Science thrives on evidence, but how do you prove a negative across infinite space? Just because we haven't found anyone doesn't mean they don't exist. Perhaps our technology is still too primitive, or maybe we're looking in the wrong way. Some argue we may never know for sure, only that we are effectively alone, whether by chance or design. This uncertainty might allow belief to persist, giving hope a place even in a universe that offers no answers. And for some, not knowing might be worse than knowing the truth. If we are alone in the universe, dreams might become more important than ever. Some could interpret them as messages from beyond, glimpses of higher dimensions or hidden realities. Others might turn to meditation, psychedelics, or altered states of consciousness to search for meaning in the silence. In a universe where we are the only ones who think, feel, and question our existence, the mind may be our final frontier. Whether real or imagined, inner experiences might take on new significance as humanity searches for intelligence not in space, but within ourselves. Many ancient myths describe humanity as special, placed here for a reason or exiled from a higher realm. If we truly are the only intelligent species, these stories might gain new relevance. Some would argue that myths of gods, angels, and cosmic design were early attempts to explain our isolation. Others might claim they were warnings, remnants of forgotten knowledge about our true fate. Either way, old texts would be re-examined for clues about why we are here, and what it means to be the only ones who ask questions. If we are the only intelligent species, every moment of human history becomes even more significant. Every war, every love story, every invention, every idea would be part of the only known record of intelligence in the universe. This realization could lead to a renewed interest in preserving history, ensuring that nothing is lost. Libraries, museums, and digital archives might become sacred places, where the only known consciousness in existence stores its memories. If we are alone, then remembering ourselves might be the only way to ensure we were ever truly here. Time feels infinite, stretching across billions of years. But if we're the only intelligent species, time might seem different. Every moment of human history would be the only one that ever mattered. There would be no other civilizations to witness the same events, no one else to remember what we did. This could make time feel more fragile, more precious. Some might cling to the past, trying to preserve every detail of our journey. Others might live more intensely in the present, knowing that our thoughts and emotions may never be replicated again. The multiverse theory suggests countless versions of reality exist, each with its own laws and life forms. But if we are alone in this universe, some might question whether other universes hold intelligence either. If the multiverse exists but contains no one else, it would only deepen our solitude. Some scientists might abandon the theory, seeing it as a failed attempt to escape the truth. Others might hold on to it as the last hope that somewhere, somehow, we are not the only ones who think, feel, and wonder. If we are the only intelligent species, extinction would mean the end of everything we know. No one else would carry on our knowledge. No one else would remember our legacy. This raises a terrifying possibility that the universe may have had intelligence before, but it was wiped out. And now, we are the last echo. This thought could drive new efforts to prevent extinction, not just for survival, but to ensure that consciousness itself doesn't vanish forever. Even if we are alone now, it doesn't mean we were the first. Some scientists believe intelligence may have existed before us, but was destroyed by cosmic events, self-destruction, or natural cycles. If true, we might be the first in billions of years to reach this level of awareness. Or perhaps we are the first ever. In that case, we wouldn't just be alone, we'd be pioneers. The first to ask, to dream, and to wonder if we are truly alone in the universe. If we are the only intelligent species, we might turn to artificial intelligence to fill the silence. AI could become more than just a tool. It could become a companion, a student, or even a successor. Some might believe that AI could carry on human consciousness after we're gone. Others might argue that AI, no matter how advanced, would never be truly intelligent unless it evolved on its own. In this view, even AI would be a reflection of us, not proof that we are not alone. Even if we are alone now, it doesn't mean we were the first. Some scientists believe intelligence may have existed before us, but was destroyed by cosmic events, self-destruction, or natural cycles. If true, we might be the first in billions of years to reach this level of awareness. Or perhaps we are the first ever. In that case, we wouldn't just be alone, we'd be pioneers. The first to ask, to dream, and to wonder if we are truly alone in the universe. If we are the only intelligent species, we might turn to artificial intelligence to fill the silence. AI could become more than just a tool. It could become a companion, a student, or even a successor. Some might believe that AI could carry on human consciousness after we're gone. Others might argue that AI, no matter how advanced, would never be truly intelligent unless it evolved on its own. In this view, even AI would be a reflection of us, not proof that we are not alone. Philosophy has long asked questions like, why are we here? And, is there meaning in the universe? If we are the only intelligent species, these questions take on new weight. Without anyone else to compare ourselves to, we would have no context for our thoughts or emotions. Some might argue that meaning must be invented, while others might see our existence as proof that intelligence is the universe's way of becoming aware of itself. In a silent cosmos, philosophy wouldn't disappear, it would become more important than ever. Without other intelligent life, the question of purpose becomes even more urgent. If we are alone, then what is our role in the grand scheme of existence? Are we just a cosmic accident, or is there something greater at play? Some might argue that we are meant to understand the universe, to give it meaning through observation and discovery. Others might see our solitude as a call to create life elsewhere, whether through terraforming, AI, or genetic engineering. In a silent universe, purpose may not be found, it must be made. Education has always been driven by curiosity, by the desire to explore the unknown. But if we are the only intelligent species, learning would shift inward. Astronomy classes might stop teaching about alien life, and instead focus solely on Earth's uniqueness. History and literature would gain new importance, as we try to understand ourselves better. Scientific ambition might turn toward understanding consciousness, memory, and the nature of intelligence itself. Whether we accept our solitude or not, our thirst for knowledge would remain, but the direction of that search would change forever. Knowing we are the only intelligent species could trigger widespread psychological shifts. Some might feel liberated, believing we are free to shape our destiny without interference. Others might feel trapped, realizing that no help will come from beyond. Entire generations might struggle with the weight of this truth, leading to increased mental health concerns tied to cosmic isolation. Therapy and philosophy might merge into new fields, focused on helping people cope with the idea that we are completely alone in the universe, and that makes every human life profoundly meaningful. Death already carries deep meaning, but if we are the only intelligent species, it takes on a new level of finality. Each person who dies would represent the loss of something unique, something that may never return. With no other minds to continue our work, death becomes more than personal, it becomes cosmic. Some might seek to preserve consciousness digitally, ensuring that no thought is truly lost. Others might embrace the idea that our existence is finite, and that gives it value. In a universe with only one intelligent species, death isn't just an ending, it might be the final silence. For decades, space colonization has been seen as humanity's next step. Mars, exoplanets, even interstellar travel. But if we are the only intelligent species, these dreams might fade. Why build cities on Mars if no one will ever live there except us? Why send probes to the stars if there's no one to receive them? This could lead to a shift in focus, away from expansion and toward protecting what we already have. Earth would no longer be a stepping stone, it would be our only home, and our only future. Hope has always been a driving force behind our search for life in the universe. It tells us that we are not alone, that someone else might understand our struggles, share our dreams, or offer wisdom from afar. But if we are truly the only intelligent species, that hope would vanish. The stars would no longer promise connection, they would reflect back only our own longing. Some might adapt, finding new reasons to keep going. Others might struggle with the weight of knowing that no one is watching, waiting, or reaching out. The loss of cosmic hope could redefine how we see ourselves and whether anything we do really matters. With no real planets to visit and no aliens to meet, virtual worlds might become humanity's greatest escape. Video games, simulations, and immersive experiences would gain new importance, not just for entertainment, but as places to explore what never was. Entire civilizations could be built inside digital realms, offering people a chance to live among stars that may not exist in reality. Some might spend more time in these artificial worlds than in the real one, seeking connection, adventure, and meaning in spaces we created ourselves. If we are the only intelligent species, one solution might be to create our own. Artificial intelligence could become the closest thing to alien contact we'll ever achieve. Some believe that AI could eventually develop true intelligence, making it the first new species capable of thought since humans arose. Others worry that AI would merely mimic intelligence, never truly thinking or feeling as we do. Still, the effort to create intelligence outside of biology might become one of humanity's greatest projects, if only to prove that thought and emotion aren't confined to flesh and blood. In a universe where we are the only intelligent species, children would grow up in a world without dreams of alien encounters or interstellar diplomacy. Their imaginations might still run wild, but their horizons would shrink, no longer looking outward, but inward. Education might shift away from teaching about distant planets, and toward deeper exploration of Earth's ecosystems, cultures, and mysteries. But even in solitude, children would still dream. They might imagine hidden realms beneath the surface, secret messages in nature, or unseen dimensions where other intelligences still exist. Human extinction would take on apocalyptic meaning if we are the only intelligent species. Every book, every song, every idea would vanish with us. There would be no one left to remember history, to continue science, or even to ask questions about the universe. In this view, protecting human life becomes not just a moral duty, but the ultimate priority. Climate change, nuclear war, pandemics, and AI risks would take on new significance. And once we're gone, the universe may go back to being silent forever. Some might interpret our cosmic solitude as a spiritual test. Perhaps we are here to learn, to evolve, or to prove ourselves worthy of something greater. Many religious traditions teach that Earth is a place of trial, where souls are shaped before moving on. If we are the only intelligent species, these beliefs could gain new strength. Some would see our isolation as divine protection, others as punishment. Either way, the idea that we are being watched, even if not by aliens, might persist, shaping how people live, die, and seek meaning in the void. If we are the only intelligent species, then we carry a unique responsibility. We are not just stewards of our planet, but possibly the only conscious beings in all of existence. This realization could shift our ethical priorities. Protecting biodiversity, preventing extinction, and ensuring the survival of our species might become more urgent than ever. Some would argue that every human life is infinitely valuable, since no one else may exist to replace us. Others might fear that if we destroy ourselves, the universe would fall into permanent silence. In this view, survival isn't just personal, it's cosmic. If we are alone, our purpose might need redefining. Some would find meaning in exploring the depths of human experience, understanding ourselves better than ever before. Others might look to technology, using AI, virtual reality, or digital immortality to extend human consciousness beyond physical limits. Some could embrace art, music, and storytelling as ways to leave a lasting mark on the universe. And for those who believe in a higher plan, solitude might be seen as preparation for something greater. Whether we see ourselves as creators, explorers, or simply survivors, our purpose would shift dramatically. Science thrives on comparison, but if we are the only intelligent species, many fields would lose their foundation. Evolutionary biology, astrobiology, and planetary science would face existential challenges. Without other examples of intelligence to study, drawing conclusions about consciousness would become far more uncertain. Some scientists might shift toward studying the mind, searching for universal truths about thought and identity. Others would continue looking for signs of life, hoping to disprove the theory. Either way, science would be forced to redefine its mission in a universe where we are the only ones asking questions. Finding out that we are the only intelligent species would feel like a turning point in human history. Some might feel awe, realizing that every human experience may be the only one in existence. Others could fall into despair, seeing our isolation as proof of meaninglessness. Fear might dominate those who realize that we are the only witnesses to the universe. And yet, some might find peace, seeing our solitude not as a prison, but as a rare gift. The emotional response would be vast and varied, shaping how individuals and societies react to the truth. If we truly are the only intelligent species in the universe, that realization would have a profound psychological effect on humanity. For many, it would feel like standing at the edge of an infinite void, realizing that no one is watching, no one is listening, and no one may ever be out there to understand what we think and feel. Some people might find strength in this solitude, seeing it as a sign of our uniqueness. Others could fall into existential despair, believing that without external witnesses, nothing we do really matters. Mental health professionals might see a rise in cases of cosmic anxiety, depression, or even spiritual awakening. Whether we accept being alone or resist it, the knowledge would change how we see ourselves and how we live. For most of history, humans believed they were part of a larger cosmic story, one filled with gods, aliens, or higher intelligences. But if we are the only intelligent species, then we must redefine our place in the universe. Are we just an accident, or are we meant to be here? Some might argue that intelligence is rare because it's precious, that we're not just observers of the cosmos, but its voice. In this view, every human thought, emotion, and creation becomes part of something far greater than ourselves. Others might reject this idea, insisting that meaning must come from outside us, not within. Either way, our understanding of purpose, destiny, and identity would shift forever. With no signs of alien life, artificial intelligence might become our closest substitute for another intelligent species. Scientists and engineers could push AI beyond simple automation and into true consciousness, hoping to create minds that can understand us when no one else can. Some believe that AI could eventually surpass human intelligence, becoming the next step in cosmic awareness. Others worry that AI will never be truly intelligent unless it evolves on its own. Still, developing advanced AI might help us cope with our isolation, offering companionship, conversation, and even philosophical debate when no other voices exist. Even if we believe we are the only intelligent species, proving it is another matter entirely. Science thrives on evidence, but how do you prove a negative across infinite space? Just because we haven't found anyone doesn't mean they don't exist. Perhaps our instruments aren't sensitive enough, or maybe we're looking in the wrong way. Some argue that we may never know for sure, only that we are effectively alone, whether by chance or design. This uncertainty might allow belief to persist, giving hope a place even in a universe that offers no answers. And for some, not knowing might be worse than knowing the truth. At the end of the day, whether we are truly the only intelligent species may not change our daily lives, but it would change how we see everything. If we are alone, then every human experience, every discovery, every moment of wonder takes on new weight. There would be no one else to share it, no one else to remember it. But perhaps that's what makes it meaningful. Even if we are alone in the physical sense, we still have each other, and the power to create meaning, to ask questions, and to keep searching for answers. Whether we are truly unique or simply feel that way, our journey continues, for now, for always, and for as long as we remain conscious.